You already know it's your girl Moochie, straight out the 845 online radio. First and foremost, shout out to the hottest online radio station, reporting live 845. Straight 845 radio, building our own from the ground up. So as you know, tonight's show is sponsored by, first and foremost, by my personal clothing sponsor, Bell Black Label. Shout out to Bell Black Label. Make sure you shop with the culture, for the culture, support your locals. Tonight's show is also sponsored by the first annual Melanin Magic Gala. This event will be taking place this year, March 23rd, 2019, in New York City, and your girl, Miss 845 Moochie, will be an honoree. They will be honoring me in New York for all the work that I have done. So I'm very honored. Shout out to Miss Carter and Miss Booker and everybody that was a part of the voting process. I'm honored by this. So grab your tickets, contact me, contact Miss Carter. We want you in attendance. The first annual Melanin Magic Gala, March 23rd, 2019. Now, shout out to everybody. I'm excited about this interview. Let me say this publicly. This interview is long overdue. I think Joey Branch has been trying to get on this show for 2 years straight. And even today, I had to call my professor, like, please let me be late because I cannot reschedule this particular interview. So before we get started, Joey, talk to the people, tell them who you are and a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everybody. How you doing? My name's King Jovi. I already know who it is, a.k.a. Swag, a.k.a. little light-skinned guy with the dreads. You already know. Yes, man, I'm just glad to be here, man.
Thank you.
No hard feelings on any other times or whatever, it's always, circumstances we couldn't get around.
That's a fact. And let me just say this publicly, I appreciate you bearing with me and having patience with me when it comes to this, because as many times as we reschedule, you always gave me another date, you always gave me another time, and you were always willing to come.
Absolutely.
So, King Jovi, we're going to jump right into it. First and foremost, let me salute you.
Thank you.
Because you just did a video.
I did.
And before we even talk about your music career, I seen a post where you were just specifically requesting chocolate females.
Yes.
Now, me being 50 Shades of Dark, I appreciate that because I am so tired of seeing, shout out to the light-skinned ladies, no disrespect, but I'm really tired of seeing them as models, and we really never see dark-skinned women. Mm-hmm. So salute to you coming in 2019 as an artist, even basing your music around us dark-skinned women. So let me ask you this question. First and foremost, how long have you been doing music?
I've been doing music for forever. I've been doing music professionally since 13, since the Fly Boys. Anybody from my city that knows the Fly Boys or whatever like that. Mm-hmm. I've been doing it professionally since then. And ever since then, it's been fun. It's been more than fun. It's just been my life.
Now, King Joe, when we look at you, you throw us the people off because I've seen you in two completely different elements. I've seen you in the hip hop realm as a rapper spitting bars. Mm-hmm. I've also seen you in the R&B lane, mm-hmm. singing and things like that. I'm lying because I've seen you in the third lane. I've also seen you in a spoken word poetry lane. Yeah. So when we say artist, what kind of artist are you technically?
I am a hip hop culture artist.
I like that. I like that.
Our culture is spread out. You know what I mean? So I will be a personality mm-hmm. to hip hop in itself, as far as a rapper, as far as a R&B. Singer or whatever it may be, whether I'm even just hosting something
right.
in itself, I'm looked at as a voice for artists in hip hop. You know what I mean?
Now, that's a lot of pressure. Do you feel like it's a lot of pressure?
Nah, I don't. If you're trained to do something, or mm-hmm. if you have knowledge on stuff, you feel comfortable in talking about it.
Absolutely.
Letting it be known. It's a lot of artists. That I've went by, like Lee Double O, mm-hmm, stuff mm-hmm. like that. Me and him, we keep in contact.
Okay.
He may be in a position of where he's at, and me being in a position of where I'm at. But not to say like I'm mad older than him. I'm only a year older than him. But he looks at me like, he's been here before.
Right.
Me.
Right.
He's been here before I got here.
Mm-hmm,
you know what I
mm-hmm.
mean? So he'll know. Or he'll have a voice on this, and it'll be worth something, because he has knowledge in this realm.
Right.
And it'll work the same with any artist I've been around, whether it be Fat Check, Marky D, MB, whether mm-hmm. it's anybody like.
Now we all grow up listening to the culture. So as growing up, who did you listen to?
Growing up, who did I listen to? Growing up, I listened to pretty much everyone, but as far as who had a big take on me becoming a superstar, because becoming a rapper, it's like it's probably like the first person you listen to.
Right.
The first person I listened to was like DMX.
Okay.
And then the Eminem, I grasped onto that because flows and intricate stuff was starting to become great to me, and stuff like that. But then, as I started to get into my teen years and I'm doing shows and stuff like that, an influence on being a superstar was more Kanye West.
Okay.
And more Drake.
Okay. And I can actually see you as a Drake because like Drake is very versatile in his art, and so are you. Shout out to you for that.
Big influence.
845 wise, because you are in a little younger realm than a lot of people. Who do you listen to growing up in the 845, if anybody?
Right now I'm listening to Don Rio. Right now I'm listening to Lee Double O. I catch Jiggy when I catch him. I'm listening to a lot of Flea. Flea's been dropping a lot of music. Shouts out to Flea.
Mugga Flea, right?
Yeah, Mugga Flea. I see you out there. You're doing excellent. I haven't really been dwelling out of my town really right now. I'm really focused on my town right now. That's not to go against anybody in the neighboring towns. I do be checking y'all out. It's just a lot of disconnect right now.
In your city?
Yeah.
Okay.
In my town. It's a lot of disconnect, but I see it progressing into something better, where a lot of people are getting together. I seen Meaty Bone, Lee Double O,
yes,
Lee,
that looked like something crazy,
together,
right?
I seen I can't even think of his name right now. I'm so sorry, I can't even think of your name right now. But I seen he had put together a fire list of artists for like a cipher.
DJ Rap, your boy Raps. The cipher, the 845 cipher, right, with the girl with Flea on it, right? That one with Meaty Bone in the boxing ring.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, that was your boy Raps. I think he does that. Yes.
Yeah, I'm checking everything out. I like where that's like stuff like that. I like where that's going. So I just want to be able to create more opportunities for that to happen in my town. Cause I see it working out in the Poughkeepsies or here. You know what I mean? I see it working out very well. So I just want to, make it bigger. So right now I'm talking to a couple people to get a venue for Jovi Fest.
A Jovi Fest.
Yeah, Jovi Fest.
And what is Jovi Fest going to consist of?
Jovi Fest is just going to be whoever's making the most noise, man. Whoever's banging, like whoever's getting it through. And it won't be on my hand to say, who I actually want to be there, but it'll be a fan vote thing. Like,
the people's choice.
Yeah, it'll be the people's thing. Like, yo, we want to. I got the venue, I got the set. You feel me? It's gonna be lit. We're gonna have this type of thing, and main events. You know what I mean?
Now, Jovi, you not no slouch. You are the 2018 king, okay? And I like to emphasize that because I see, and I think people misunderstand, so let me clear things up. If Reporting Live gives you something, nobody can take that unless you Reporting Live puts an event to take it away. Exactly. So, you are the king when it comes to the bars and this rapping thing of Newburgh. Yeah. First and foremost, how did you feel? We all was there, but how did you feel? We never really recapped that night. That was a really, a lot of people anticipated on Meaty Bone winning. It was a lot of tension in there. It was like, woo! How did you feel going in against Meaty Bone?
Yo, man. First of all, I gotta keep it a stack. I thought he was a lot more prepared than he was. I was anticipating that same energy,
right? That you've seen,
but with the connect, I'm in trouble. I was expecting to be in trouble. I was almost expecting this to be like a neck and neck thing. And it ended up being that. I just didn't feel like it was supposed to be that. You know
right.
what I mean? I felt like, me personally, I won 2-1 in the first 3. without the sudden death. You know, but it didn't go out like that. I didn't sweat it or anything like that. Sudden death just happened to be my strong suit, so it wasn't a nerve-wracking thing for me. I was like, because I know not too much people are great at that.
Right.
Unless he had something in his pocket that he meant to whip out before that he didn't whip out, or you know what I mean. Like that was the only way of him having an advantage over me. So I just went with the odds, and he went first.
Yes. I think that kind of messed it up. I think that kind of messed it up because he went. Shout out to Meaty Bone. But yes, he did. He went first, and every time he went, you just came.
That was real competition right there. Because I love that, man. The whole idea for me with him, outside of this, because it wasn't supposed to happen. For people who don't know that, it wasn't supposed to happen, and I was still trying to make it happen just between me and him on a rapper level. Because anybody know, like, if this was 2003 or 2004, anything like that, that would have been like, what? Like, no, I gotta run down on you on your block. Like, yo, we got a battle right here. So I had that mentality, like, yo, let me pull up on you. You know what I mean? I'll do that, and that was gonna happen. But Moochie was like, yo, nah, we gotta make sure it's happening.
we had to do it the right way. Yeah. And I'm glad we did, because not for nothing, besides the event, the turnout was great. Yeah. And it really had the support of your city was there strong. And you really it was fun. It was friendly competition. You had half on Meaty Bone side, half on King Jovi, and everybody's rooting. So it was a good competition, and you did your thing. I'm very proud of you. And I thought you were gonna lose. Yeah. And shout out to Denisha. Denisha had bets on you. I was on Meaty. Like, I just watched Meaty slaughter like a whole
I almost thought I was gonna
slew of people. Then I was like, oh, he won. He won. So shout out to you. And that. Now, I'm nosy. Yeah. So I be doing my research. I do. I'm reporting live. I gotta be nosy. Okay.
I'm ready to see.
I see the list, and when I seen the list, I seen your name on it. Yeah. So the people want to know: are you now under management or in connection with Mvor Entertainment? I say it's Mvor. Morvor Entertainment. How you say it?
Like Mvor.
I ain't French. I ain't French. I'm American. Mavor.
So it almost sounds French a little bit.
Mavor.
Yeah, like
Mavor.
That.
Mavor.
Like
Are you with Mavor Entertainment? Shout out to Ralph.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of work together. Just getting a feel of each other. Just the whole family, the whole Mavor family. Shouts out to y'all. I love all y'all. They just been guiding me with great guidelines on what to do as an artist trying to step out into this world or this industry that we're so not so keen about. Like, everything I thought I knew, which is a lot, it's so minuscule to the whole picture of it, you know what I mean? But I'm glad that I found them and that they're helping me, and that we have a great relationship together.
Now, what drew you? Because obviously you're not new to this. You've been working with different people throughout the Hudson Valley and beyond. What drew you to this particular entertainment company versus other ones that you see out here?
A lot of people aren't legit. Like, they're not legit. That was number one. Number two, I was almost targeted. You know what I mean? Almost. Without suspecting it.
Right.
And not for nothing, they're my everyday people that I would go to. Like, I would see Jasmine all the time, like whenever I'm getting breakfast or whatever like that, and we chop it up about music or whatever's going on. And Ralph, I know him from forever. You know what I mean? And everybody else that I had got to know, or even the dancers or whatever, I was connected to somehow or some way, whether it be through them too or through school or something like that. You know what I mean? So I just seen the family vibe that they had going on, and how easily it was for me to just fit in into that family vibe.
And that's 1, 2, 3. Shout out to the connection, because I like I said, I was nosy, and when I seen the list drop, I was taken aback. I was like, ooh, they caught Joey. But I had an inkling that they was gonna pull you from your last indie artist performance, which you did an amazing job. So I'm sure you're gonna be part of more of their indie artist performances and.
Absolutely. As far as I know right now, yeah, absolutely. And of course they have like a bunch of stuff in store, coming down the line, like everything. Like I can't even begin to describe what they have going on, but there's so much, community events, so much, things for artists to get into, or things for poets to get into, things for singers to get into, and they're welcoming to anyone out there. They're very welcoming. All you have to do is just let them know what you're into, and what your true nature is, or your true talent is, or what you feel like is what motivates you. It's an acronym for motivated, versatile, original, real, extraordinary.
Ooh, okay. Say that again. Motivated.
Motivation, versatile.
Versatile.
Original.
Real.
And extraordinary.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Shout out to Ralph and Jasmine. Those are the creators, correct?
As far as
no, shout out to the Ralph and Jasmine for that. And shout out for pulling you in, because like I said, you could have been in any other organization or a movement. But I think that's a great movement.
Absolutely. There's nothing against anybody that I'm working with or anything like that. I still work with everybody.
Right.
That's just my take on what I should do right now, and what was best for Jovi, the brand itself. A lot of the people that I work with, we don't share the same. How can I say this? I'll even say demographics.
Demographics, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
We don't share the same demographics. I have to be marketed differently.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm still a producer,
mm-hmm.
As well. So even though I have my producer tag in this genre, or this going on, I probably won't be right there. I'll be right here.
Right there.
Yeah.
Right.
I have to be marketed just a little bit different.
Shout out to you. I tell you, that's why I love this show so much, because when you sit in people you don't know, that you get to know so much. So not only does King Jovi have a festival coming up.
I'm trying. I'm in the works.
You're in the works.
Yes.
It's coming. It's 2019. Everything that you said is gonna happen is gonna happen. We just gotta get you a venue.
Yes.
That's it. We just need a venue. And shout out to your new family. Now, besides that, we got one more thing that I want to talk about. I don't think the people know. So, Mr. King Jovi here is going to be introducing a new podcast.
Yes.
Let's talk about it. All right, so do we have a name?
Right now we're debating on the Kinda Cool podcast and the Weird Guys.
The Weird Guys.
we're the Kinda Cool I like Kinda Cool podcasts. And one of them threw Weird Guys out there. I don't know if it was like serious, but we kind of thought about it. It was like, it's not bad.
That's not a bad catch. Weird Guy.
Yeah, Weird Guys is cool. But I kind of wanted, real, hip hoppy, real urban culture, real like stuff that's happening today in urban culture. I don't like. No. 2019. Say how it is.
I'm about to say, it's 2019, King Jovi. We can't keep things secret. We gotta put it out there. They put R. Kelly out there. Everything else is no holds barred. Let's go.
So, I like people don't get in their cars today and really like be bumping the actual radio. We get in our car, we hook our phones.
We hook our phones up. Yes.
We get straight to it. So, like breakfast clubs and stuff like that, things in that nature. Like it's all like podcast is where it is today.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So today, all that stuff. By the time they get everything, the podcast and already then hit that. They on the next episode of what's going on.
Right.
Hit that stuff like a week later. That's what that stuff is for. That stuff is for people who's totally outside of the realm and stuff like that. So the podcast is more up to date and everything like that, and I just want to have something that's very up to date on what's happening today. Because I think a lot of people would be like outside of the box and be like 2 weeks late on stuff like that. Or
Now, when you're talking about the culture, are you talking about now? Are you gonna be talking about like the industry, or are you gonna keep it local, or are we talking about everything?
I can do local things. I really just want to do whatever's relevant at the time. And if you're buzzing in the local area and you're relevant, then of course.
Right, we'll talk about it.
It'll have to be spoken of.
So the kind of cool podcast, are you guys going to be hitting like hip hop culture? I mean hip hop cultural fashion, things like that in the world.
A lot of that stuff.
So let me ask you this question, King, before you even go on.
Okay.
Fashion wise, culture wise,
yes.
what is your stance on fashion right now for the hip hop culture? Because you see a lot of things. It's like woo. It's like woo.
Wow. That's a big talk.
Mm-hmm.
I was just having that talk with a mentor of mine. Because I was talking to him like, yo, what if I get on and I'm gonna have to like dye my dreads or something like that.
Yeah, like blonde or some crazy.
Like green, like half green and something like that. He's like, yo, he's like, you know, the industry color right now is blue. So, so I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, bro, it's like lightning blue, like stuff like that. Like, so you get on, that'd be the color to do if you do it. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, bro, it's up to you, man. Like, you don't see Cole just following behind everybody doing what everybody's doing, or you don't see Drake just following behind everybody and doing what everybody's doing. You're looking at the level that you don't want to be on.
Right,
You're
right.
looking at people who have to stay so relevant and keep up so much that they have to create
Mm-hmm.
to the point where they're doing stuff they don't even want to do.
Right.
Or doing stuff that's outside of the norm or what society would deem like, oh, that's presentable or something like that.
Right.
They make it kind of presentable or whatever because they have to. That's how they have to stay relevant. Versus the people you want to be like, what I was saying about superstars, like the people I want to be like, they're touching their fans in a different way.
Right.
You dyeing your hair is not gonna be what touches your fans or whatever like that. So I say, as far as fashion goes, like you see Jaden, I'm a big Jaden Smith fan, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You see Jaden, Jaden that's him.
Right.
Same thing with Tyler the Creator. Same thing with ASAP. That's them.
just them.
And I don't feel like they're trying. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean, to impress anybody or anything like that. That's them. So just be yourself. You know what I mean? Just be yourself. Like honestly.
I gotta ask this question. Listen, I gotta ask this question. We have to keep it real because I actually do see people post this answer yes.
Mm-hmm.
Given the opportunity, King Jovi, and they presented you a check, would you sell your soul for that check?
Selling my soul would mean what?
I have no clue. I don't know. Would you join the Illuminati? Like what? Like
Usually, selling your soul means you would risk your dignity.
yeah. Okay. So would you risk your dignity and change and your morals and your integrity just to get on right now? In the state that you're in right now, you look back like tomorrow was going to be what yesterday was, and they came to with this check right now. And we have to be realistic with that, you know, because some people do say yes, Moochie, I would.
Question. And I'm gonna tell you, it may be yes and it may be no. It all depends.
On the circumstances.
It depends on the circumstances and how much. If it could change my mother's life forever until she dies,
Mm-hmm.
then we could talk.
We could talk.
Kinda.
And that's real. At least you didn't come here and be like, nah, I would never. I'm a real, you know.
Yeah, like if it could change my, my fiance's life forever, cool.
Ooh, talk up. You caught that, Mama Moose? Talk up. First, let's get into ladies. I was with y'all. I'm coming to it. He sped it though. So, King Jovi, being that you have all of this going on in your music career. Rumor has it, but you just confirmed it. Thank you. You are engaged?
I'm engaged. Kind of.
Boom, boom. Ladies, we gonna fix it. What does kind of engaged mean? Talk to us.
Kind of. I am engaged.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't present her the ring, so I'm not engaged. But she said I do, so I'm engaged. weird. I know.
It
so
is
I have
weird.
to do it all over again.
I'm about to say, you like, we gotta have to, like, so what we did was you did the practice run to see what she was gonna say.
No, seriously, like she.
Oh, you run your knee and everything?
Yeah.
That's what's up. How old are you?
I'm 25.
25 years old. I gotta ask this question because you're the first person that came on the show so young. I hear people come on the show all the time, artists, and I say to them, you know, do you have someone? They say no. Why? I need to focus on my career, focus on my career. Nothing wrong with that. Here you come, full-fledged artist, about to be a podcaster, as well as a producer, as well as so much more under the entertainment realm. So you have a busy life as far as your music and your career goes.
Yeah.
You're 25. Why did you get engaged? And is the engagement or even the anticipation of your marriage stopping your career?
No, it's the you have to have an end game.
Okay.
A lot of my friends, we grew up having an end game, and I think that was something that was special about my circle, my small circle of friends.
Mm-hmm.
All of us wanted a family. All of us wanted to have this X amount of money, this X amount of houses, this X amount of blah, blah, blah. You can't have one piece of it, because then your puzzle's not finished.
Right.
There was no rules on when I had to get whatever piece of the puzzle that I need. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
If I had found my piece, this corner piece today,
you taking it right now?
I'm taking it now. Like, why? Like, oh, it's like, nah, this ain't. You know what I mean? It ain't time for me to put this piece on the puzzle. Yeah, it is. You know, get it solved. However, at whatever means I need to get it solved.
Right.
That's me though. However it works out for people, it works out for them. I just always had that mentality. I've always came up with that mentality. Like, yo, you do what it is that you can. Don't try to over exceed your boundaries or whatever it is like that. But do what you can. But make sure the job gets done. Me being a rapper, me being a superstar, that's an objective.
Right.
That has to get done.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? Like, just like even now, like I said, I gotta propose all over again.
Right,
like,
right.
Because that gotta get done. Like,
right, absolutely, right, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like it has to get done. Everything has to get, finished. And as long as you have an end game, you got a plan, you got objectives ahead of you, then you're gonna strive for it. You're not gonna talk yourself out of it because you're gonna be like, well, what's today? Didn't we say we gotta finish by blah blah? Like, it's different. Like, school taught me that. Because no matter
deadlines.
What, no matter what, that paper ain't there.
Pass or fail. Simple.
Exactly. That was an early life lesson. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I'm not the. People just say I'm bright because I learned a lot, but it's not. I'm like everybody else. I graduated late, all that stuff. You know what I mean?
You're very wise for your age.
You have to learn.
Very.
You gotta learn somehow, some way. You gotta make it easier for the next person as well. That's why I wanted to do these fests and everything like that. Hopefully somebody will carry that on and make it easier for the next generation of artists that come from my town to get on, because now they have an event where they get to show out.
Right,
like,
right.
Oh, I know all the people coming out to this because this is the city thing.
Right. This is annual. This is it's here.
Yeah, like.
You know what? You've never really had a conversation. I didn't know he was this bright. And not this bright, but this wise. Like, I've had people sit here older than you. Yeah. And talking to them sometimes live is just like pulling teeth. But sitting here with you, I'm gaining so much wisdom, and I don't even think people really even took that metaphor or that example that you used for school and applied that. People really don't understand when you set goals and you put deadlines, it makes you really achieve those things. Exactly. So shout out to you for that. How long have you been engaged?
I've been engaged for 5 months, in February 7th.
6 months. Well, congratulations. As a man, like, did you get butterflies in your stomach? Did you almost want to vomit? Like, how did you feel?
Absolutely. I laughed for like 15 minutes out of pure nervousness.
Aww.
Because it was funny. It was like so funny. I was like, yo, I'm very like hilarious, and
That's dope. Now, is she light skinned or dark skinned?
She's light skinned.
And that's very, very odd to hear, since you are a very, and King Jovi's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
One, because he loves dark skinned women. It's like, it's not too many of you.
I can explain that.
Yeah, explain this to us, because us darkies need to know.
All right, so my mother is dark skinned.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, my brother's dark skinned.
Mm-hmm.
So, as an appreciation for dark skinned women, it is different. It's very different coming up. Like for girls like that, I've had friends that I've been friends with the dark skinned girl that's in the group with all the light skinned friends. You feel what I'm saying? Like I understand it's different.